Okay, so boom, that time they jumped white boy AP because it was a her in CDONNIE food, and they ended up jumping him. Now, AP was one of them white boys in the penitentiary that had a real little swag about himself. He ended up coming up on a nurse because he was taking medication, which means when they do a call out to go to the clinic at nighttime or in the morning time, he had to go to the clinic. And of course, once you get hip to what's going on in the penitentiary, it's easy to write up a request or a referral to say you need to go to the clinic, and going up there knowing there's certain nurses up there, you got to go through the procedure and you get the opportunity to be around the nurses. Now, AP real name Austin, he was from Tullahoma. When Austin come down, I can't remember, I think his last name was like Perkins or something with a P, so they ended up calling him AP. But first trip to the penitentiary, but he was one of them white dudes that, of course, when he get there, get recruited by affiliations because of how he carried himself. So I'm sitting on the top walk, right? I'm chilling, I'm cool, I'm minding my business like I always do. I see Black James out on the rock. I'm Black James, what you got going on? Man, I ain't doing no, what you got going on, Joe T? I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing, man. I'm chilling, man. Come holler at me real quick. Come kick it with me, G-Bot. Man, I'll be up. I'm come up here and holler at you in a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to see something real quick. The people from the train finna get ready to come in. When they come in, Black James standing there as if he trying to, like he expecting somebody to come, right? So 4, 5 people come in. It's an empty cell. 2 people go in. A white boy go in, and when he come in, he got one of them little walks. You know what I'm saying? His feet kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? He pushing the little cart, and then how he walk it. You could tell he got a little swag about him. And then the dude who going in there, the other dude, Black, he hit up. A lot of time the administration would try to stay away from putting people that's black and white in the cell. And the reason they would do that is because race wars. Black and white in the cell, fresh there, it has to be something that was done when you get there, and you know somebody, you've been there, you go to the administration, be like, man, I want to move in with sister. They gonna see as a white dude, they probably gonna look to see if you're affiliated, if you ain't affiliated, if you've been affiliated with Brotherhood. A lot of times sometimes it's hard to put black and white in the cell together. So it was interesting to see them coming from another penitentiary and moving a black dude and a white dude in the cell together. Being in the penitentiary for a little minute at that time, you would assume they must be affiliated with the same thing. So whatever it is they affiliate, they the same thing, and it's already confirmed in the computer. That's the only reason why they moving them in the cell together. Even when I moved in the cell with Than, you know what I'm saying, it was a little kickback. I think me and Than at the time, Than might have been suspect for GD at the time. He had been suspect, but I know we ended up having to go to the I can't even remember what they call them. Thank God, I'm almost forgetting some of the terms or something. But we end up having to go to, they might well say like the guidance counselor, the whatever. We go and holler at the unit manager together and let it be known, boom, boom. Then from there, you know what I'm saying, we holler at the yard officer on the way to child or something, let them know, go back, hey, we cool, you know what I'm saying, we trying to get in the cell together, boom, boom. They seeing that, of course, and then Than had some 6-point star tattoos. That's probably why he was suspect. I can't remember if Than got confirmed or not, but we had to make some shaking and jabbing before I moved in the cell. Hey, excuse me. So when the white boy AP and the black dude go in the cell, the black dude, little short black dude, he got dread. He was a little stocky, but when he walked into the cell, I see it's a crib. They call him Hoover World. Hoover World was a piece of work, right? So when Hoover World said, man, what's up, Groove? What you got going on, Groove? They doing all this right here, right? So I'm already knowing he must be on the do. Man, what's up, Groove? What's up, Groove? Man, I'm finna come down there and holler at you, man. Smoke something. Already, they don't care nothing about no police. So Hoover World coming down the steps. Black James, and I'm seeing Hoover World coming down the steps. I'm seeing Black James head over in that direction. I'm wondering if Black James, in my mind, I'm thinking he must know the black dude that's going in the cell. I ain't assuming he know the white dude that's going in the cell. So he go in the cell, he ain't in there long. Hoover World come in, boom, boom, he tap on the door, he go in. So I'm just standing right here watching old head Nick come down. The joke he got going on. I said, man, I ain't doing nothing, sitting here chilling. He said, I know, I see we got some new, I see we got some new one. I said, yeah, that's why I'm trying to see what's going on. He said, man, I'm glad they got me a set. Man, I ain't trying to get one of these new dudes. He was like, man, what's up with you? What's on your mind? I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing, man. Really just wanted them moments to realize, man, that I got to do the rest of this time and I ain't got no choice. He said, let me tell you something, little Joe. It happened all the time. Even after the time I done and other people that I done talked to, that realization just always comes and hits when you realize that you got some years to go in here and it ain't nothing you can do. It ain't no game you can run. It ain't no strings you can pull. You have to sit in here and do it. And I said, man, how though? I was like, man, bro, thinking about my daddy and then some of these people that I'm watching, some of the people that I know been locked up already 10, 15 years. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, that's like crazy. He was like, you don't got a choice. He was like, the minute, whatever happened in the court and you come in here, he was like, a lot of people hope is in parole. He was like, and then when they go up for parole, JT, when parole come back with that decision and say, now you got to go do another 2 years and do this program and do that program. And then they still got the ability to say, no, you got to go back up for parole. You got to stay out of trouble. You can't do this. You can't do that. You could take the programs, get in trouble with a little write-up and go in there and they can discredit everything. He was like, you just come to the realization, realize you just have to do it. I was like, man, look, I'm so glad I get visits and call my people, man. He was like, that's another thing. He was like, just imagine, it's a lot of people who ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? It might sound crazy, but even in the penitentiary, you got to be grateful. I was like, man, that is crazy that even in the penitentiary, because there's a lot of people that's hurt and got a lot of pain and got a lot of stuff built up and don't even realize that you can be thankful and grateful in the penitentiary, that you got some people that's holding you down and you got something that could keep your mind off of really becoming completely institutionalized in that place. When you stuck here, you don't have a choice. And you seeing people just like that day, you seeing new people come in that's gonna have a realization that I am here. My homeboy that got sentenced to 30 years old, I just messaged him yesterday. His girl had reached out to me and she was saying, hit him, because he just now found out he don't go for parole till 2028, and he, it kind of bothered him. And it really took me back and made me think about when they hit me the first time for them 3 years, and I was like, I have to do 3 more years. It's nothing I can do. It's nothing I can file to the courts. It ain't nothing I can write to a lawyer. It ain't no money I can pay. I literally have to do 3 more years, then go up and they tell me for another 2, then they tell me to do the rest of it. You literally come into realizing this is somewhere I have to spend the next few years. And my guy said something my dad always told me too. He's like, man, find you something constructive you can do to prepare yourself when you get ready to go home. As we talking, I see Hoover World done went in. Black James done came out. He posts back up in front of his door. So as I'm talking, I'm looking down at him. He looking at me. We kind of catch each other. I'm guessing he waiting for old head Nick to go on about his business so he can come up and holler at me, because I told him, come holler at me for a second. So he telling me find something, and I'm like, what can a person in here do constructive other than realize he got to reset his mind to be able to function when he get out? Because it's a hard thing to do when you in prison, when you realize I gotta do this time here. Like the scriptures say, I'm in the world, not of the world. I'm in the penitentiary trying to not be of the penitentiary. I have to survive because there's wolves in here. But at the same time, I have to try to mold this into not taking this world into the free world, which is a difficult task when you are in this type of environment. He was like, man, take you some college courses or something and do this and do. And it's really a one ear out the other at the time, because I'm like, that's impossible to do in here, especially being affiliated and realizing I gotta survive in here, I gotta eat. If I quit hustling right now, knowing I don't want to hustle when I get home, I'm almost starving here. If I become gentle-hearted and kind-hearted, they're gonna run me over in here. So you gotta find the balance and realize at some point, this is it's a hard task to do in the penitentiary, man. And there's a lot of people in the free world who don't realize that you stuck in something that you could get out of because you don't have to do it when you're free. I don't care what excuses you come up with or what the predicament is. You don't have to do what you're doing. In the penitentiary, different ball game. So he's like, man, you got to do a shot of coffee. I'm like, yeah, let me go. So we're going to cell, boom. I go and say, give him a little shot of coffee, boom, boom. He come on out. Man, I'm like, hey, keep your head, Josie, man. Don't worry about that, man. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You're a different one. You're a real one. He wow, all right. Black Giant, what's up, Josie? What's up? Hey, I ain't even tired. He was like, man, I was like, man, come on, what's up? Holler at me real quick. So he come up the step, right? He come up the step. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, oh, what's up, brother folk? He was like, nah. He was like, man, it's crazy because, man, so I had knocked this little chick on people. Step in the seal real quick. Step in the seal, Josie. Black James, Black James was real, he was paranoid a lot too, right? Black James just feel like people could read his lips from across the room. He was most definitely one of them dudes that wanted, like, you know how basketball players, and when you see them in the NBA and when they talking and they know the camera's on, they be like this when they be talking because they don't want to be able to read their lips. Black James was most definitely one of them dudes too, super duper secretive, right? So we're going to man, bless his head, he closed up, bro. He look at the violation. Man, what's up with you? Man, so look, check this out. So look, he most definitely gonna be the folk. He gonna be my little child. He gonna be my. I said, who you talking about? Cause he can't be talking about the black dude. Cause Hoover World was just saying something. He like, white boy just came out name all right. We gonna call him AP. He like, it's crazy cause I'm talking to this girl. I done knocked on POF, right? I said, boy, y'all something better. I done knocked this girl on POF. So I'm rapping with her. She asking me where I'm locked up at. I'm telling her I'm down here. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here at Turner Center. And she was like, man, my little cousin got in some trouble or whatever. He got reclassed. He got reclassed or whatever to come down there. So I'm asking her about him and this and that, boom. So, you know what I'm saying? When I seen him come in, I already know who he was. I'm talking about spook right. So I go in and see him. Look, when I go down and see him, I'm like, you AP? He was like, yeah, why, what's up? He was like, man, when you get stuck together, you know what I'm saying? Let me holler at you. He said, I told him, man, let me holler at you. He said, but then it's silly, get in them. He fired dude, right? It's silly, get in the wax, right? He used that language. His silly turn around, talking about, what's up with you? What's up? What you on my silly? And he was like, nothing, I'm just trying to holler at him real quick. I know his people or whatever. Woo. He was like, yeah. He was like, man, no, my silly ain't never been to the penitentiary. He was like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to let nobody do nothing to my silly. So when he said that, Joe T, I said, he already know because he had a little bread on the town, you know what I'm saying? He got a little dope charge or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing on the town, right? Doing his thing on the town. But the Crip he in the cell with, come to find out later on down the line, because I wasn't cool with Hoover World, but he was all right, you know what I'm saying? But as far as it was a few more people. So I was around one time. He telling the story. He out on town. He on the PCP, right? He getting commercial break me, please. He on the PCP. He done wigged out. Him and his girl. They getting high. And he claimed he heard somebody knocking on the door. He said, so he get up. He asked her, you hear? He get up. He go to the door. He look out the door. Ain't nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? He go back, sit down. Somebody knock on the door. He grab. He said, I grab strap. I asked, man, what's up with you, man? Woo. And she was like, man, I don't know what's going on. Nobody knocking on the door. What up? He said, I walk back to the door again. Boom, oh, no. Nobody out there. So I go ahead and sit down, boom, set the gun down. Next thing I heard people tapping on the window, right? Tapping on the window. So I get out, I'm crawling, whatever, right? I'm crawling. And then when I look back, man, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like, it looked like she was going for my gun, right? It looked like she was going for my gun. So when I look over and she bent over, looked like she reached for the gun, I ran in the kitchen, grabbed a knife and she started sticking her, stabbed her 13 times. Stabbed her 13 times. He thought she was finna reach for the gun, and people that been knocking on it ended up killing her. She ended up bleeding out and dying. He got 17. He got 17 years at 100%. So, dang. So that's his homeboy, you know what I'm saying? That was the homeboy he was in the cell with. So Black Giant telling me, man, I'm telling you, he gonna be my shawty, you know what I'm saying? This and that. Where he come from though, he coming from West High, where they do the classification when you get moved in, but he already hanging around 5 dudes. Dude done already, who done went in there, and he done already took up for him. They probably already aware that he had, you know what I'm saying, something going on the town. He had a little dope case. And he a white boy, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he got a little swag on, you know what I'm saying? He hit up, you know what I'm saying? So over time in the penitentiary, after he all right, because he in the cell 5 too. So when he come out, pants crease, he got the bleach on, you know what I'm saying? He got the fresh white teeth, you know what I'm saying? He working out, you know what I'm saying? He done got a little, but I be seeing him go to med call. So one day he don't go to med call, and of course, when you're on them psychotropic meds, you go 2-3 days, you know, they'll call for you or they'll come down there and try to see why you ain't taking your medication. So this girl worked with India come down. Yo, she come down there and ask why he ain't taking his medication or whatever. So he ended up taking the medication or whatever. So at that point, I don't know if that was the first time he seen India or who they sent down there. I don't know. I just know when she came down there. After that, boom, he going to the clinic. I was like, boom, 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 boom. He going to the clinic. You know what I'm saying? Of course, probably his homeboy, they probably letting him on the jet. Rumor was he done came up with India, but he worked down in the kitchen. Now, for some reason, CDONNIE name always popping up in these food situations. It's a dude called Techlo. Y'all done heard me talk about Techlo before. Techlo, I met him when I first came in Northwest. The one he put on the hood, Trevolo, both of them gone now. God rest their soul, you know what I'm saying? If I ain't mistaken, both of them died from overdoses. Trevolo is, y'all done heard me talk about him before, probably one of the most ruthless dudes I have ever met. If I had to confess that I ever was skeptical and hesitant or probably a little scared of somebody, it probably would have been Trevolo. When I first met him, it was at Taft. That's the dude, he was cutting somebody's hair, and somebody was cutting his hair, and they said something to him, and Trevolo fired on him, got a boom, then sit back down and made him finish cutting his hair. But like that was him, but he was known to have them hand. He was also next door to me when I was in the cell with the Mexican who used to cook, and he used to let me use the phone all the time, which is H Cool, big homie. If I ain't mistaken, y'all hear me talk about H Cool before. So the first time I see Techlo, it probably was about 2 weeks before I left Northwest. He came back to the close unit in Northwest, and they jumped the dude right across from my cell. So as him and Trevolo, as they jumping him, they making him say, you know what I'm saying, that he was found who. I think he was making him say he wasn't what he was, whatever hood he was on. I think it was kitchen. Then he was making him say he was 5 dudes. So they beat him. I'm talking about spooked me. Probably the first fight I actually seen in the penitentiary too. So they beat the brakes off of him. And then when he come out, I said, you know what I'm saying, he hit the deuce up, you know what I'm saying, and went on about his business. I didn't know exactly who Techlo was at the time. My cellie told me a little bit about him. But Techlo is one of them dudes, one of the most feared dudes in any penitentiary, anywhere he go. I had mentioned him. He came down to Attorney Center when I was down there. And when he found out who I was, I can't remember where we was at, but he found out that I was Lil Joe, that Big Joe was my daddy. So I remember telling my dad on the phone, I'm like, you know a dude named Techlo. And the first thing my daddy said was, he down there? And I was like, yeah. He said, stay away from him. I was like, wow, what's up? He said, man, dude, he said, he real, he straight up. He said, well, man, dude, do not play. He said, don't put dude in none of your business. And don't, he's like, man, he cool, you kick with him, whatever. He said, man, you know, he gonna think he can get stuff for free from you sooner or later. And then from there, he gonna try to put his boo in on. He was like, man, don't deal with dude at all. Just say you ain't got it. So, and I gave Techlo some cigarettes 1 or 2 times. When he come to my cell, somebody had told him I had the brown, but he came with commissary, you know what I'm saying? So I give him some brown. He come back once or twice, you know what I'm saying, and ask me for some brown, you know what I'm saying? I got you. After that, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got it. I went on and just left that alone, you know what I'm saying, before. And it was a few times where I seen him get into it with people for whatever reasons, you know what I'm saying, because he was a bully. And he would put hands on him. This dude was probably 100-0. Techlo was known for having them hands. So at the time, he down there in the cell, Techlo 5 dudes. He down there in the cell. Black James thinking he gonna put AP on GD. They end up putting him on 5 dudes. So Techlo ends up coming. AP working down in the kitchen at the time. He bringing sandwiches. CDONNIE there too. So he bringing back food. He bringing back food or whatever. I don't know what the situation was with him and Techlo, but what happened, Techlo basically booed him and got some food that was owed to somebody and was owed to somebody else. AP ended up getting into it with somebody about their food, and he basically come out and try to say, because the other dude was a Crip too, but he wasn't 5 dude. He basically put out that Techlo took it from him. Man, Techlo got the food, man. I told cuz and such, boom, boom, boom. So the homeboy who ain't on 5 dudes goes over and hollers at Techlo. He across the hallway. He goes over and hollers at Techlo. Techlo take it like basically you don't put the business out there. If you feel some type of way, you should have took care of the business. So Techlo come back over and beats up. They get to fight, of course. Beat up AP, right? Beat up AP. Let me tell you something. When you lose a fight, depending on who is to, you lose a sense of dignity too. It's hard to hold your head up, especially when they beat you up like a stepchild or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different. And at the time, people knowing he got the move, so you really don't know what's going on, but you could tell it's preparation for. CDONNIE 6-0. So of course, when he going to holler at him about his food, they probably trying to tell him, you should have came over here. Man, I told you, man, you should have got on the hood, you know what I'm saying? Should have came over here to the neighborhood. You know, got on them criminals done beat you up over here. We would have never did you like that, cuz. And then they sit there and watch them do you like that, cuz they went knowing that's exactly, it would have went the exact same way. But they are aware that he got the move. Black James know he got the move. He got cigarettes. He got a little green here and there. He done got a little phone. And like I said, he always, you know what I'm saying, how he carry himself. He fresh, you know what I'm saying? He sit around the poker table, he be gambling. He keep plenty of commissary, you know what I'm saying? He one of them. When they cooking, you know what I'm saying, the homeboys coming over. Now, it's only out of 7 different penitentiaries, I'm gonna say out of 5 that I went to, it was only a few white dudes who really had that, you know what I'm saying, who really had that swag about themselves that could fit in, that the Arab Nations wasn't gonna mess with. And if they wasn't affiliated, all the affiliations wanted them. And whether affiliated or not, they was okay, because if somebody tried to mess with them, they were gonna hold their own. So the affiliations was gonna step in and was like, that's enough. So it wasn't gonna be no jumping them and just flat out mistreating them because of how they carry themselves. They weren't just going. But getting beat up by Techlo, just a different ball game. this a different ball game. Probably wasn't feeling like himself, you know what I'm saying? Because now when you come around, even around your homeboys, you feeling like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you fought Techlo and survived and then get pushed away to the cat cuz, you know what I'm saying? That's also, you should also feel a little sense of pride about yourself. It's probably an honor to be but look, check this out. So the man making sandwiches. We in the chow hall one day. We down in the chow hall. We coming through the line. Now, like I said, you got a little swag about itself. When you work in the chow hall and you dealing with food, you have to wear a hairnet. So we coming through the chow hall, and I don't know, he like, man, CAP, that why I was hurting my food, he ain't wearing no hairnet. And I heard CDONNIE, cuz, man, tell man, you better put that hairnet on for real, cuz you can't be down here. Man, come on, cuz, man, put the hairnet on, cuz, you need to put the hairnet. And of course, man, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? He ain't have a lot of white boy, you know what I'm saying? Her, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He want to be fresh down when even when he at work, you know what I'm saying? He trying to be fresh. He got his apron on. He don't want to wear a little hairnet. I don't know if he had some kind of pull down there, but they gonna make sure you wearing that hairnet if you around that food. So if he didn't have the hairnet on, it's probably because the food steward wasn't around. You don't know what a food steward is. They let me know you ain't never been to the penitentiary. You ain't never been to the penitentiary. I advise you never go to the penitentiary. So he done been told to put that hairnet on a couple of times. The homeboys always tell me, man, he a pretty boy, man, AP a pretty boy, man, he down there and get, you know what I'm saying? He ain't like he don't know how to wear his hairnet and this and that, all this old type of stuff, right? Like I said, he making sandwiches. He got to move. The man bring in sandwiches. CDONNIE go to get a sandwich. CDONNIE go to get his food. He go over to get his food. Black Jane come up and holler at me. Man, coolin' them, man, coolin'. They really hard on him, Joe T. I'm telling you, they really hard on him, man. I don't even buy sandwiches from him no more. Look at him. He probably ain't even charging them. He probably charging them for 50 cents a sandwich. He probably halfway scared of him. Ever since he done got into it, ever since Techlo came over and jumped on him, man, he ain't been the same since, man. I don't even know about him, man. I done told his cousin to tell him, man, go on, he need to be dealing with me, man, and dealing with him. I'm sitting there listening to him. I said, man, dude gonna do what he wanna do. He a grown man. Man, I know it. I'm just trying to tell him what's right, what's wrong. I told him. Soon as man, listen, I'm telling you, when they smashed him on the hood, I waited a couple of days. I asked, man, why you do that? Forget what he told me, Joe. Talking about he didn't feel like he had a choice. What you mean you have a choice? You could have came over here to GD. He was like, man, they wasn't been over there. He was like, man, when I was down there at West High, you know what I'm saying? I got the jacket now. And he tell me he got the jacket though. Said he got the jacket, right? Boom. Said he whooping it. He said it was a black dude, right? Said he whooping the black dude. You know what I'm saying? Boom. He said, man, some black dude came over. I guess they mad because the white boy getting off on the dude, right? Boom. So they